Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Sean De Silva, Medical Director at ASGI Hospital, Karanzale. And today we would like to announce about the corneal transplants being started at ASG. To know the functioning of the eye works like a camera. Similar to the camera, the light entering through the eye has to be focused by two lenses in the eye. One is the cornea, the external transparent part of the eye, and the second is the lens. This image is formed on the retina, which helps us to be able to see. दोळ्याचो भायलो पार्ट जो आसा आमी बुबूल म्हणटा तेका खूब लोकांक दुयेंसां जावन वो पेड्डेर जाता. This is also called as the window to the eye. Due to damage to the cornea, जेन्ना light भितर सरिना, the person becomes blind, and this is called as corneal blindness. These patients, after doing the necessary investigations, we evaluate that retina and optic nerve is perfectly functioning. Padyacho and dodacho optic nerve jasa teka kind damage na. In these type of patients, doing a corneal transplant surgery can help to fully restore the patient's vision. We are happy to announce at ASG that we have started the corneal transplant program after receiving the necessary licenses from the state government for the last 1 month. And 4 patients have undergone corneal transplants successfully. This is another image wherein the patient had undergone a corneal transplant, but after many years, due to various reasons, the transplant can fail. And after taking it to the operation theatre, the damaged cornea is replaced and the new cornea is then put in place, thereby restoring the patient's vision. So we would like to personally thank the Health Minister, Shri Vishwajit Rane, the support extended from the Goa Medical College, Dean Dr. Bandikar, Dr. Ugam Uzgankar, Director of Health Services, and the entire team for helping us to initiate this facility. And we look forward to many more patients receiving the gift of sight through corneal transplantation. Thank you very much.
तुम्ही जे आता कॉर्नियल ट्रान्सप्लांटेशन ऑपरेशन केला न्ही त्या पेशंटाचो फीडबॅक कितें आसा?
Both the patients are very happy. तांकां पयलीं चेन्नई नाल्यार हुबली बीन वचचें पडटालें, but now these transplant surgeries can be done in Goa. आनी follow-up सुद्दां बरें जाता because you need to have a very good follow-up for these patients to ensure that the transplant is accepted by the human body.
हाच्या पयलीं कॉर्नियल ट्रान्सप्लांट जाय नासलें. फर्स्ट टायम दिस इज हॅपनिंग इन गोवा.
हेच्या पयलीं जातालें, but it was done at a very lower frequency, and now with a greater demand from the patients, this requirement will be provided on a regular basis at ASG. We also have a waiting list now for corneal transplant patients, and we are getting support from eye banks in other states as well, so that the necessary patients require the cornea can undergo the surgery in the respective time.
What about this thing, billing? What is the cost it will be, and is there any support from the government department?
Yes. At present, the Goa government has the Deen Dayal Swasthya Seva Yojana, which covers financially the cost of the corneal surgery. But however, we are dependent on the corneal tissue from other states. The eye bank at Goa Medical College will be starting shortly.
But it is 100% financial this thing from that card.
No, it is around 50% through the card. As I said, the corneal tissue and those costs need to be covered, and additional expenses from the patient side.
What about the donors, where you get the support from any this one, eye bank or cornea bank is there, or there are the rate of donors are high in Goa as far as other states are concerned, or you are taking it from or procuring from only the banks which provide this?
In Goa, we had an eye bank existing over all these years. After the COVID period, the eye bank was not functioning, and hence when the new bank starts in Goa, then we can receive tissue from the state of Goa itself. But at present, do we see that the eye banking movement is there in other states for many years? Those eye banks have a huge number of donors as compared to our state, and through the Sight Life program, the corneal transplant surgeons all across India are connected with different eye banks. So we may receive tissue from any part of India wherever the need is required. So in that way, even the eye bank does not waste the tissue. Whatever eye bank has excess tissue will go in other states also to help the corneal blind patients.
आता तुम्ही cornea transplant जर केला आपण, what is the age of the patient?
So both the patients who underwent the optical keratoplasty were in the elderly age group. One patient was 56 years old, the other patient was 58 years old. But खुबशे आम्ही पळयता that maybe in the next 1 or 2 months, we have 2 more patients in the age group between 18 to 25 years who require corneal transplant. There are many diseases of the cornea where the awareness is very low. आनी एक दुयेंस आसा आमी ताका केरेटोकोनस म्हणटा, जे दोळ्याची बुबूल आसा ती, the cornea becomes very weak and it changes into the shape of a cone. This is a disease affecting patients between 18 to 30 years of age, and in Goa we see a significant number of patients having that problem.
What may be the reason of that?
That could be many factors, including genetic, environmental factors, eye allergies, eye rubbing. But when this problem happens, if you diagnose it early, AST is the first hospital to do corneal cross-linking laser. जे पयलीं आमचे कडेन in Goa regularly नाशिल्ले, the hospitals used to acquire the equipment once a week or once a month from neighboring states. We have it 24 hours, 24/7 available, and we are doing regularly. In the last 1.5 years, almost 75 patients have undergone corneal cross-linking therapy for keratoconus at our hospital. So we do expect that in the coming 6 months to 1 year, that several more patients who have been waiting for surgeries can be performed here itself, and we will do the necessary arrangements for this. So in the last 1.5 months, we have almost completed 13 camps with the help of the health minister and his team in the constituency of Satari. Over a period of 13 camps, we have screened not less than 3,000 patients and provided spectacles for an average amount of 800 to 1,000 patients, which has been covered through the health minister's team, the trust. We also have identified that this is the first time in the camp we have performed mobile fundus photography, wherein we have used a non-mydriatic fundus camera equipped with artificial intelligence to identify patients having diabetic retinopathy and glaucoma. ये जो दोन दुयेंसां आसा, diabetic retinopathy and glaucoma, these are the main causes of irreversible blindness in the population today, where we have to create more awareness for patients to come for regular checkups for these two problems. We are also happy to announce that through the Deen Dayal scheme, the laser therapy for diabetic retinopathy is covered completely under Government of Goa. The patient does not have to have any additional expenditure to have these lasers done at the correct time. When the follow-up late zata, you don't treat the diabetic retinopathy in time, it results in bleeding and permanent damage to the eye, for which diabetic retinopathy is the #1 cause of blindness in today's population. One patient who had diabetic retinopathy has also undergone surgery for vitrectomy and is doing very well following these camps.